the heart of Africa.
So one very last chance floating high above the African veldt to see Africa's Big Five. Be a shame not to even see a leopard. Hold on, I think I've spotted something in that tree. The Metrex Trophy for the world's strongest man taking place here at Sun City in South Africa. No quarter asked and none given in this annual battle of the strong men. Brute force meeting immovable objects head on. Five heats, 6 strong men, 6 events, the top 2 to go through to the final. 8 are already there, and here we are with Heat 5, and 2 of these 6 will complete the final lineup. Peter Baltus, twice the Dutch powerlifting champion. Adrian Rollinson from Wolverhampton, 3rd in Britain's strongest man this year. Zydrunas Savickas of Lithuania, twice his national powerlifting champion. Mariusz Pudzianowski, a former professional boxer in his first big strongman event. Fireman Phil Pfister from the USA, a finalist 2 years ago. And the veteran László Fekete from Hungary, a finalist last year. Their 6 tasks: the Tyre flip, the Africa stone, the power stairs, the boulder holder, the axle lift, and the Atlas stones. And we start down on the golf course once again. Now the bottom line about this first event, or factum air as they say in Sweden, is that each of these tyres weighs 900 pounds and they're very, very heavy. Now if you were in Hungary, you'd call it the
kerékforgatás.
And then you move just across the border into Vilnius, and in Lithuania they say
Padangos vertimas.
Just moving a little bit further north, in Poland it's called the
Przewracanie opony.
strongman. It's a universal language. Your commentator is Paul Dickinson.
A severe test of strength and stamina for Adrian Rollinson from Dudley in the West Midlands, his first ever World's Strongest Man competition. One of the heaviest men here, weighs over 155 kilos. The very tall figure, Phil Pfister, Charleston in the United States. His second competition in World's Strongest Man. Zydrunas Savickas of Lithuania. The Baltic states a tremendous tradition in strength. Mariusz Pudzianowski, another first-timer.
In lane 5, Peter Baltus.
Peter Baltus from Holland. Started off thinking he was only going to be a reserve here.
6,
now he's in the
László
competition
Fekete,
proper.
Hungary.
László Fekete of Hungary. Another man who weighs over 300 pounds in body weight. Dr. Douglas Edmonds, the referee, will send them on their way down the course as fast as possible. This, the biggest tyre ever that's been in World's Strongest Man, weighs over 350 kilos. And Savickas is going well, as is the pole here. Pudzianowski, a shade over 6 feet tall, but 20 stones of solid muscle, but falling behind on that flip, behind Savickas. Peter Baltus of Holland is going well too. Adrian Rollinson on the far side, struggling just a little bit. And now it's neck and neck between Pudzianowski in the red And Savickas, it's going to be so close. Well, the Lithuanian has done it. He looked across at the referee. Pudzianowski finished in second.
Peter Baltus, twice the Dutch powerlifting champion. To the final. 8 are already there. And here we are with Heat 5, and 2 of these 6 will complete the final lineup. Peter Baltus, twice the Dutch powerlifting champion. Adrian Rollinson from Wolverhampton, 3rd in Britain's strongest man this year. Zydrunas Savickas of Lithuania, twice his national powerlifting champion. Mariusz Pudzianowski, a former professional boxer in his first big strongman event. Fireman Phil Pfister from the USA, a finalist 2 years ago. And the veteran László Fekete from Hungary, a finalist last year. Their 6 tasks: the Tyre flip, the Africa stone, the power stairs, the boulder holder, the axle lift, and the Atlas stones. And we start down on the golf course once again. Now, the bottom line about this first event, or factum air as they say in Sweden, is that each of these tyres weighs 900 pounds and they're very, very heavy. Now, if you were in Hungary, you'd call it the
kerékforgatás.
And then you move just across the border into Vilnius, and in Lithuania they say
Padangos vertimas.
And just moving a little bit further north, in Poland it's called the
Przewracanie opony.
strongman. It's a universal language. Your commentator is Paul Dickinson.
A severe test of strength and stamina for Adrian Rollinson from Dudley in the West Midlands, his first ever World's Strongest Man competition. One of the heaviest
Lane
men
one,
here,
Adrian
weighs over
Rollinson.
155
England.
kilos. The very
Lane
tall
two,
figure, Phil Pfister,
USA.
Charleston in the United States. His second competition in World's
Lane
Strongest
three,
Man.
Zydrunas Savickas.
Zydrunas Savickas of Lithuania. The Baltic states a tremendous
Lane
tradition
four,
in strength.
Mariusz Pudzianowski.
Mariusz Pudzianowski, another first-timer.
In lane 5, Peter Baltus.
Peter Baltus from Holland. Started off thinking he was only going to be a
And in
reserve
lane
here.
6,
Now he's in the
László
competition
Fekete,
proper.
Hungary.
László Fekete of Hungary. Another man who weighs over 300 pounds in body weight. Dr. Douglas Edmonds, the referee, will send them on their way down the course as fast as possible. This, the biggest tyre ever that's been in World's Strongest Man. Weighs over 350 kilos. And Savickas is going well, as is the pole here. Pudzianowski, a shade over 6 feet tall, but 20 stones of solid muscle, but falling behind on that flip, behind Savickas. Peter Baltus of Holland is going well too. Adrian Rollinson on the far side, struggling just a little bit. And now it's neck and neck between Pudzianowski in the red and Savickas. It's going to be so close. Well, the Lithuanian has done it. He looked across at the referee. Pudzianowski finished in second and Baltus in third, flat on his back. It's a European 1, 2, 3. Phil Pfister of the USA finishes in fourth place. Adrian Rollinson there, absolutely exhausted. He is finished, but he's down in fifth. Well, only one more guy to finish, and that is László Fekete of Hungary. He's going to run out of time, so not a good start for the Hungarian.
I think I was one slip ahead of everybody. And then I wanted to go faster and then it slipped, so it fell down. And that was expensive.
Was very, very close, yes?
Yes, yes. 1 second about even.
but you are the winner.
Yes, I'm very happy.
Mariusz, how do you feel about that?
Good.
Is second place okay for you?
Okay.
And any idea how it might go in the next few events?
No.
Not sure. Okay. Well, we could be struggling for some in-depth analysis here from the two leaders, the Lithuanian and the Pole in first and second place. What's it like taking part against all these really big guys?
Excellent. All my dreams come true. Yeah. Just had to prove a point now. Like, you know, I can live with them, sort of thing. Yeah. So it's great to be here.
So what sort of target have you set yourself for the group?
Hopefully first or second to go through to the final. Hopefully. Yeah.
You think that's a realistic target, do you?
Yes, I think, yeah. Yeah. I've seen them in training, like, you know, and I think my strengths with them, a little bit lacking technique, obviously I haven't been doing it that long, so if I can keep with them, yeah, it'd be great.
And for the second event, we're on the Bridge of Time. Now, have a Uganda at this second event. This is gonna be tough. Can you imagine carrying the whole of Africa all the way down this bridge and back again, or at least as far as you can possibly manage? This is for tough guys only. It's going to be like a scene from a movie by that well-known Italian director, Sierra Leone.
Well, has Adrian Rollinson got it? Has he got what it takes to lift 175 kilos, nearly 400 pounds, as far as he can, up and down the course as many times as possible? It's a daunting prospect. Rollinson, he only appeared in his first ever British Strongest Man competition, so he's done very well to get this far. Only fifth in the first event, though, so could do with good points here, and so far, his grip is rock solid. This stone actually weighs more than any of the competitors that are taking part in this heat. Unbelievable. So the first 38 meters, he stopped. I hope he doesn't try to readjust his grip, because that has been the downfall of some competitors before him. It's gone. 44.4 meters for Rollinson. He's the oldest man in this particular heat, and lacking in stamina there a bit.
How was that?
That was pretty bad, I think. Pretty bad. I've done way more than that. A lot more than that.
So where was the problem?
I think it's the heat, and it's just got me to. It's been a long day, and it's just got at me today, I think. Yeah, it's been a bit stressful, like. So it's got to me a bit. But I've done at least another 20, 30 metres more than that with the same weight, but it's on the day.
Well, that's life in this sort of competition. I wonder how Phil Pfister of the USA is going to cope here. He's the tallest man in this heat, nearly 6 feet 6 inches tall, gets away well, striding out, and he's got tremendously long arms. Those fists, those giant hands of his, overlapping and looking comfortable. It's not just all about the heat here, it's the fact we're 6,000 feet altitude, up in the air. Oxygen is a rarity here, but these big men are coping pretty well so far, and Pfister heading for 76 meters if he can make the turn. Now, every competitor who's appeared in World's Strongest Man so far has had to undertake this event, and Martin Muir of Germany in the previous heat, the only man to complete the course twice, and Pfister is the longest we've seen this year. It was 86.5 meters by Martin Muir. That is 94.
Nearly the 100 meters.
Yeah, nearly. I held a little bit back. Wasn't completely hungry. Went about 95% on that.
A lot of people will remember you 2 years ago doing pretty well in your first attempt in Morocco.
Right.
Are you that much better now, do you think?
I'm a bit more experienced, but physically, I'm just a bit stronger. Not quite where I'd like to be. My brute strength still has a lot of years to develop, and I still consider myself quite green in the sport. So it'll be nice if I can make the finals. I've got a really tough heat.
In other heats, 67.4 meters might have won it, but for Baltus, it simply wasn't enough. And Savickas from Lithuania only just managed to beat his mark. So just one man to go, the pole.
Well, experience does count for a lot in this level of competition, especially when the pressure is on. And it's on Pudzianowski at the moment. He really is enjoying himself here. He's been a real revelation.
Take your grip.
In second place after
And
event
lift.
1 behind Savickas, and I think you would be surprised to see that Savickas only covered 68 meters. So, Pudzianowski trying to chase this massive distance by Phil Pfister of 94 meters. One of the most incredible things I've seen in World's Strongest Man in many years. Looking comfortable. He's not tall. He's got a tremendous background, though, of powerlifting and bodybuilding, and those immensely strong arms wrapped around this giant stone of Africa. Pudzianowski is going well, heading towards the chance to turn once again. Now, can he do it? He's certainly walked himself into second place so far. Can he go for first? The chase is on. Could he even become the first man to go over 100 meters? He's going to go past Phil Pfister. Incredible. Approaching 100. Absolutely magnificent. His first ever World's Strongest Man competition, and that is absolutely brilliant. He's still going. The whole crowd so impressed with this guy. Compact, but brilliantly strong, and he gave that not just 100%, but everything else as well. 110 meters. Tremendous, and it gives him 6 points.
I'm very happy about the competition so far. I didn't think I'd do this well.
Yes, okay. Sun City is beautiful.
A happy pole, but a not very happy Hungarian, László Fekete, forced to pull out with injuries. So just 5 left in this heat, and it could be very tight. As you can see, just 4 points separating the top 4 strongmen after 2 events. Next stop, the Sun City Amphitheatre. So next we come to the 200-kilogram power stairs, strongman's equivalent of Wembley's 39 steps. And one of the finds of the tournament is determined to become the heavyweight champion.
Adrian Rollinson of Great Britain has already completed the power stairs. He went on his own because of the withdrawal of Fekete. 20 stairs he completed. He didn't get all the way to the top in the maximum time allowable, 75 seconds. Now, Peter Baltus of Holland on the far side, and Zydrunas of Lithuania. So 2 big men, but have they got the speed, the stamina, and the incredible strength in the shoulders and the back as well? The fastest time we've seen in any of the heats so far by the incredible Jani Virtanen of Finland, 31.5. And that is Savickas. He won the first event, 3rd place in the second event, so he's got very good points. Peter Baltus from Holland, first time ever in this competition. He's dragging behind now, and Savickas coming away. That is very fast. Only a 1/10 of a second away from the brilliant time of Virtanen. Savickas 31.6, Peter Baltus 37.9, all the way to the top.
In the right lane, we've got
Our final pairing, Mariusz Pudzianowski. Oh, solid muscle, this guy. Phil Pfister on the far side, the American.
Pfister from USA.
So big points at stake once again. Pudzianowski it was, of course, who won the previous event. I wonder if he can do 2 in a row. But what a time that's been set by Savickas, 31.6. Pfister is going well, just a little bounce and up. Bounce and up again. This is good stuff from the American. Pudzianowski's just moving across, almost encroaching on Pfister's territory, and the pole actually moving ahead now. Good stuff from Pudzianowski. Look at his muscles straining. 1 more step to go. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Oh, brilliant. 28 seconds. That is unreal. That is unbelievable. And Pfister was left in his wake after a very promising start. Pudzianowski, maximum points again. What a start for this newcomer.
Następną konkurencję udało mi się wygrać. Schody
Well, that's
były
that event won.
moje ciężkie,
It was hard,
naprawdę,
but I managed to do it,
konkurencja
and I'm
niesamowita.
grateful.
Ale mi się
Thank you.
udało. Najlepszy czas z 30 zawodników. Dzięki.
It's easy for you?
Yes. Very good. Okay.
And I was happy to do as well as I did. Of course, it would have been much nicer to place higher than 4th out of 5, but still a good showing for me. I'm happy.
Did you know much about the Polish guy before this event?
Yes, I competed with him in Finland March 2000, as well as Peter Baltus. Both very tough, very strong guys. The Polish guy's really coming along very quickly.
He's only 22 years old as well.
He's like the Yoko Ahola reincarnation.
Ahola is the reigning world champion, so that's some tribute from the American. But for Pfister and Baltus, there really is work to be done. As you can see, there's an Eastern European stranglehold at the top after 3 events. So Mariusz going well, leading in the heat at the moment, and obviously surrounded by a whole galaxy of nationalities. He's been picking up English bit by bit, and doing pretty well, actually. You must be reasonably happy with the way things have gone at the moment.
It's a game of 2 house.
How do you, sort of view the prospects, for the last couple of events?
I think England will win Euro 2000.
Realistically, how do you assess your chances of qualifying for the final?
The Germans always win on penalties.
What about this next event coming up? Are you confident with that?
I have a growing strength.
Can you be the world's strongest man?
It's early doors.
Down to the beach for the boulder holder, an event the guys themselves really don't like. You have to carry this amazing contraption, which weighs 800 pounds, as far round the circle as you possibly can.
Adrian Rollinson finding life very tough indeed. In the year 2000's world's strongest man, and this is very hard. He's gone already. He's out, and he never even took a step. Peter Baltus of Holland. Incredible that he started this competition as reserve, and he is a very, very strong man. He's got moving, he's got a good pair of legs on him, and this is a fine effort. We have yet to see anybody complete one full circle, 360 degrees, and we've still got to wait for that moment, but that is 270. Very good indeed. Phil Pfister of the USA now. What a target Peter Baltus has set, 270. Well, we've tried to equate just what this weight is equal to. And I reckon if you remember Jeff Capes, one of our great strongmen, you could put 2 of him in there and John Inverdale, and you still wouldn't have enough weight. But Pfister is going well. He's gone past 270. He's coming to 360, the first man to do it this year. That is fantastic. 400 degrees for the American, and he's found his favorite event at last. Zydrunas Savickas of Lithuania. And what an impact he and Pudzianowski have had on this competition so far. Savickas always wobbling all over the place. But he keeps going, he's gone. And that is only 100, his worst event to date.
But he would have been encouraged by a wretched performance from the pole. Pudzianowski managing to take the boulder holder just 10 degrees. And for Pfister, what an amazing performance from the giant American, the only man to take the holder more than one entire revolution. That is a true strongman event though, isn't it?
Yes, there's a real emphasis on heaviness in this year's World's Strongest Man, and that's a great thing because Linford Christie can't win this year, eh? So it's a good thing, to put some strength back in strongman. Although brute strength is definitely one of my weaknesses, I've been able to compensate with a bit of technical competency.
So Pudzianowski has 20, Savickas 19, Pfister 17, Baltus 16. This one really could go right to the wire. 2 events to go as we head down to the Roman baths. the axle lift, just the 120 kilograms.
Two contestants.
The penultimate event, and such an important one because any two of our next four competitors have got a chance of making it through to the final.
On the left,
Pfister
Baltus,
on the
Holland.
right-hand side. That is Peter Baltus of Holland. And Adrian Rollinson had to lift on his own because we've only got 5 guys left here. He completed 6 lifts of this 120 kilogram axle.
Take your grip.
This a head-to-head weightlifting competition. Now then, what has Pfister got? I think he's got a disadvantage here being so tall. Almost 2 meters tall. Baltus, compact, strong, and a huge arms. Pfister and Baltus 2 each.
3.
Well, we haven't seen anybody lift more than 9 so far in this year's World's Strongest Men competition. And these two, it could be a case
4.
of conservation of effort. It's very hot here, but there is a time limit as well. Baltus goes ahead, just.
5.
In fact, Pfister, very much quicker to put the bar down. That might be a good idea, actually. Don't waste any energy at all putting the bar down. It's all got to be concentrated on getting it up. Pfister moves into the lead. He's level now with Adrian Rollinson, and Baltus draws level 2.
7.
Oh, that's very strong in the arm from Phil Pfister. He's in the lead. Puffing a bit. Oxygen depletion now is very much a factor. It's head-to-head. Baltus has blown it. He is going to finish level with Adrian Rollinson, and Phil Pfister sets the target for the next 2 at 8. Very good effort indeed from the American. I didn't think he was going to lift as many.
Take your grip. Lift.
So here we go. Pudzianowski against Savickas. Lithuania against Poland. Well, these two guys, certainly not accomplished weightlifters, but incredibly strong.
3. Keep your feet straight,
Oh,
Mariusz.
Douglas Edmonds saying to both of them, when you make the overhead lift, keep your feet still. And Pudzianowski, in fact, had to lift twice.
4.
And he's on the move again. He doesn't understand what Dougie Edmonds is saying to him, and that is a big problem. He's actually had the bar above his head 7 times, but there's only 5 to his credit at the moment. 6 now.
7. 3.
Look at the size of that guy's shoulders and arms. It's head-to-head at 7 each.
8.
Now it's 8. Closing in on the leader, Phil Pfister. They're all level. Who's going to go ahead first? Pudzianowski is. Then Savickas. Can we see 10 for the first time this year? Yes, we can. The pole moves ahead. Savickas presses it out. Oh, that is incredible strength. And tremendous stamina, too. Pudzianowski leading by a whisker. Can he take maximum points? Time has run out. The pole wins it, and Savickas in 2nd place. That is great stuff from both men. Pudzianowski, though, I'm sure now through to the final, and I think he realizes that too.
You did not understand your feet all the time doing this?
Yes.
You explain?
You know, 1, 2. Jo. Tak to 15 hokeja, tak to 15 hokeja, tak to 1, 2, to.
But you are in the final. Congratulations. It's good?
Thank you.
Getting on like a house on fire now, me in the pole. Savickas in 2nd place, Pfister in 3rd. That just about cooked Baltus's goose, because as you can see, he's way off the pace now. Pudzianowski through, just one more event to decide who'll join him.
Well, this certainly has been one of the closest heats we've had so far in World's Strongest Man this year.
On the left, Peter
A
Baltus,
fascinating
Holland.
situation on the points to see who goes through to the final. Could it be
On
Phil
the right,
Pfister
Philip
of the
Pfister,
United
USA.
States of America?
Ready.
Peter Baltus of Holland next to him. I don't think he's going to make it, but Pfister has got to produce one of the performances of his life here. Throws that first one up, no problem at all on the highest part of the wall. 95 kilos, and it looks so light. That one is 100. Pfister number 2, Baltus is going so well. After a slow start, he's absolutely flying now. That is number 4. Incredible. Now, can he do the 5th? Only a very small handful of men ever have lifted 5. A massive stone at 160. And I think Phil Pfister's going to move ahead. Can he get it up? Oh, yes, he can. That is incredible by the American. 39.1 seconds, and I just wonder whether the American might make it through to the final. Now, we've still got 2 more guys to go, but Phil Pfister has thrown the gauntlet down to Savickas, and he is his closest rival for that 2nd spot in the final.
On the left, Zydrunas, Savickas,
Well,
Lithuania.
Savickas closest to the camera. Pudzianowski in the red is already guaranteed a place in the final and enjoying every minute of it. Now, what can Savickas do? He's got to beat Peter Baltus's time of 4 stones, if not more, but 4 stones certainly in 25.7, which in itself is a heck of a target. It's neck and neck. They're both on number 2. Pudzianowski keeping contact with the Lithuanian. If the Lithuanian could do 5, he would get in the final. That one almost went over the back. He threw it up there with such force. And the marshals coming onto the course now. The rain is beginning to fall, so Jamie Reeve and Jukka Ahola on there to watch out for the safety of these guys. Pudzianowski just trying to get the 5th up. Incredible stuff. He's done it. Oh, that is the cream on top of the cake for the pole. Now, just watch Savickas. It's all over for Phil Pfister. If he gets it up, but he hasn't done it. And I think on countback, Phil Pfister will make it through to the final because the American has won 2 events.
And that was one of them. All 5 stones in 39.1. That was pretty impressive. But it was a stone too far for Savickas. He's eliminated. A really tough heat, though.
Very tough way to go in the qualifying heat with the farthest distances in the stone carry and the fastest times on power stairs maybe and the farthest on the Connan's wheel. So it's been a really hard heat, and I think the top 4 in our heat actually deserve to be in the final, but they call it world's strongest man for a reason, and not everything's always fair in life.
So there's the final lineup for the Metrex Trophy, a pan-European challenge to 2 North Americans and a South African. Well, Mariusz, just a fantastic performance, just 23 years old and the first pole into the final for many, many years. And a lot of people think you're a real contender to actually be the champion overall. I must tell you, though, I've been desperately trying to see Africa's Big 5 during the time that we've been out here in Sun City. I'm a real fan of big cats, particularly leopards. But to the best of my knowledge, there just aren't...
I'll be back.